Well, guys, it's now looking good for all of those people who conspired to destroy Donald Trump, spy on his campaign, put him in jail, and probably even murder him. What am I talking about? Well, I'm looking at it right now. The FBI has officially opened up an investigation into a decade of Democrat Party misconduct, law-breaking antics, and more, leaving the door open for a special prosecutor. Now, we don't know who that special prosecutor is going to be. We've heard rumors that Matt Gaetz might even be a special prosecutor. Obviously, there's a number of people out there who are legitimately qualified to be a special prosecutor, but we're talking to people in the likes of Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, Andrew McCabe, Hillary Clinton, Sally Yates, Loretta Lynch, Barack Obama, James Comey, Brennan, Clapper, all of them. And rumor is that Clapper has already agreed to work with the FBI and turn state's evidence if need be. This is huge, folks. This is going back at the direction of Kash Patel, opening up this official investigation into the entire Democrat Party.
Nice.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Does this have something to do with what's going on?
Right. I mean, everything has everything to do with what's going on, honestly.
Right.
But this, oh my goodness, what we're going to find out with this is going to change the course of history.
That's right.
Like, these people have gotten away with so many crimes, and it's all about to unravel.
Yeah. I mean, all the other crimes, whether it's Epstein, whatever that all happens because of this deep state apparatus. So this really does overshadow everything. If you can take out the evil from the root, then all the other branches and limbs will die.
Exactly. So super excited to see where this all goes. And what's that?
Lock 'em up.
You lock 'em up.
James Comey,
Peter Strzok, Hillary Clinton.
It's not enough, man. The deep
state
state
running rampant, trying to lock 'em up, Trump. If you don't know that song, that's Jeremy's song, the guy that you just saw. It's an awesome song.
Shout out to Jeremy here.
Shout out to Jeremy.
He's been strong.
One of our faves.
Yep.
But yeah, that's so amazing. Not much to report on there. Just that it's starting to happen. The ball is starting to roll.
That basically happened at the same time that Axios leaked that, document or reported on that document, the mysterious document from the DOJ that has no signatures and no time or date or anything, no letterhead. So
very interesting.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us, everybody. We are Speak Truth America. I'm Des.
And I'm Serene.
It's a show where we are pro-God,
pro-freedom, and pro-truth. We're just a couple of hippie patriots bringing you what the TV can't televise.
That's right. We can't forget producer Brian back there. Makes it all happen. This is the man. Welcome to episode 31.
Dang. Well, I don't know if you caught what Jeremy said in there, but he said that there's rumors that Matt Gaetz could possibly be the special prosecutor, which I always thought was really interesting, how he was, nominated as attorney general and that whole thing fell apart, but he had already left Congress at that point, and then he didn't go back. He just left the government and started a show. Yeah. Which was so weird.
He just won his re-election and then just steps down altogether.
It was really weird how everything happened. And we did think that maybe there was going to be a place for him in the future, just didn't know exactly where. But it seems like it very well could be the case. If you listen to what Bannon and Jack Posobiec were talking about this past week here.
Let's see what they have to say.
They talk a little bit about it.
I can't wait for this afternoon. I'm really looking forward to Matt Gaetz' speech, right?
Oh, Matt Gaetz, he's going to give a great speech. Wait, hold on, wait. Actually, folks, Matt Gaetz is not going to be here
his plane got
this
diverted.
Weekend.
His plane got diverted.
I've heard, I don't know, people are telling me that it's possible his plane got diverted to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing a lot of chatter about this.
Matt Gaetz as you like Matt Gaetz as special prosecutor.
Look. So the talk is that when Trump was nominating people to be in his cabinet, they obviously, if you guys know, they have to go through a vetting process through Congress, right? So they have to scrutinize them and, vote on them and see if they can be approved to be in as a cabinet member. And everybody knows that Matt Gaetz was like the bad boy Washington, right? Almost everybody hates him unless you're a MAGA person. So there's no chance in heck that he would have made it to be his actual attorney general. Everybody would have fought tooth and nail to stop him. So he goes with somebody who actually can get passed as his attorney general by both sides. Enough people on both sides were like, apparently we're like, okay, we'll let you have her. She seems pretty, innocuous. She didn't seem like as much of a threat, right? She's like, okay, they're like pretty middle of the road. Nobody really knows who she is. Good enough. We'll put her in. And the talk is, now I haven't confirmed this myself, but this is the talk, that the president has the ability to appoint his own attorney general after 6 months. Especially
because they're about to go on break. So,
oh yeah, while they're right.
Yeah, so it doesn't need Senate confirmation since they're going to be on break. But he would only be, if he were to do that, and he were to put Matt Gaetz in there, he would only be able to be in there until January.
Right.
But so that's still enough time to do some stuff.
Right. So that's where they get in, start kicking some butt.
Right.
And, maybe go after a list of names. Who knows?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Well, Lara Trump was actually asked about this, and she's obviously the daughter-in-law. So let's hear her perspective since she's a little bit closer to Trump.
And he hears all of the consternation out there, and I think he's going to want to set things right as well. So I believe that there will probably be more coming on this, and I believe anything that they are able to release that doesn't, damage any witnesses or anyone underage or anything like that, I believe they'll probably try to get out sooner rather than later because they hear it and they understand it. So hopefully we see that happen sooner than later. And I guess that would be my advice. But to everybody out there who's all worked up about it, there's no great plot to keep this information away that I'm aware of. I do just believe that maybe it's been slow rolled for reasons that hopefully we understand down the line. And I think we're probably going to get more transparency on it very soon.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. We don't know the ins and outs of this. We only know what the breadcrumbs that we're given, and then all of our speculation and all of our theories. That's all that we have as the general public. And there might be a really good reason that this has not all come out at once. So,
well, let's think about it. If they are prosecuting them, because what do you want? A list of names to come out, or do you want them to actually be prosecuted?
Right. We want them to be prosecuted.
So if they are prosecuted,
names doesn't matter if there's no action justice behind it.
So what do you do before you prosecute? You start an investigation. So if they're under investigation, then you actually can't release any information about it. You can't even talk about it.
Right. Isn't that what they always say when they're questioned? Oh, it's under investigation. I can't speak about this. It's under investigation. It's under investigation.
Right. And somebody had commented on my Instagram earlier about, well, you think about it. If you are going to prosecute these people, we've already seen so many celebrities and people go, I'm going to leave the country. I'm going to leave the country if Trump gets elected. If you tell people, here's the list, or we're going to investigate him. We've got him under investigation.
They're out.
Why would they stay here?
And if you tell them there's no list, we're dropping this, nothing to see here, then anyone who already left might now come back.
Or they're just not going to be on their guard. They'll be like, "What? Even
fine, yeah."
Which then, of course, Trump has to lie, and they have to be quiet as much as possible. And maybe someone like Bongino isn't too comfortable with lying about it because, obviously, you don't want to lie to people, but at the same time, might know that this is all part of a greater plan.
Right.
So, there's a lot of things, guys. Let's just let it play out. Come on, this isn't our first deep state rodeo, right? How many times has Trump been vindicated? It's always like Russia,
pretty much every time.
It's like and you go, first, all of us Trump supporters go, ooh, this doesn't sound good. What is this? And then you find out he gassed his own supporters for a photo shoot with the Bible in front of Lafayette Square in D.C.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that sounds bad.
Right.
And then
a year
later, the inspector general does an investigation or a year after he leaves office, and then turns out, oh, what do you know? It was the mayor of DC that actually authorized that. Trump had nothing to do with it. And that wasn't even, that was like an Obama appointed inspector general. So stuff like that keeps happening where he keeps coming up vindicated. That took years for that to vindicate him. Right. We had to deal with that for years. He gassed his own people. All that stuff always ends up being garbage. So why would we think it's going to be any different this time, guys?
Right. And especially with something this big and this high profile, it's probably going to be even more disinformation going on all around, so much confusion around it because they don't want us to know the exact operation, because if we know it, then the bad guys know it. So right. we don't want them to know the plan behind it. Otherwise, they'll do everything they can to get out of it. So right. we just got to be patient.
Right. Well, think about this. The majority of what people voted for, I mean, not everybody's hardcore MAGA. Not everybody, some people are like, try this MAGA. I'll put the MAGA shoe on, see if it fits. Most people who were in the middle of the road or whatever that voted for Trump did it for the economy.
Right.
And did it for the border and did it to end wokeness. Right? Those are the three top big ones. If you ask people, which we have, I've done my own internal polling and it matched, same thing that Pat David said and the other pollsters. What was your main concerns? That actually wasn't even on the top.
Yeah, no one really says Epstein, unfortunately.
I can't say, well, comparatively,
unless
no.
you're hardcore and you've been in this
right.
fight for a while and you've known about this stuff for a while.
Right. Not to downplay it, but just to put it into perspective, it wasn't the top 1, 2, 3, I think even 4 or 5 issue. It was literally close to 10. But not to downplay that. That's just to put it into perspective. Now, think about this. What do you do first? Do you want to try to bust these people while the flow of kids being trafficked is continuing? Or do you want to shut the trafficking down first?
You want to shut it down, take away their supply, and then go after them.
That's why you see what happened first. Within a month, border shutdown. There's
zero crossings in June, by the way.
That's right. And that's month 3 in a row. Right away, it went down from 96% down to 99% down. Now it's pretty much completely closed. No releasings, right. Very few encounters. So you're shutting down supply first. That happened first. And then what happened? Government efficiency. Cutting out all the NGOs and all the dark money that's going all over the place that is facilitating that trafficking.
Right. Cutting off their money supply next.
You take away the supply of the trafficked people, the money that's supplying it and the organizations that are facilitating it, then you go after them. So everything seems like it's happening right in order in which it should be. So you got to think about that. The things are happening, guys. We're getting wins.
And we live in a world of instant gratification, so it does feel like a punch in the gut when things aren't happening as fast as we want them to.
Right.
And there's so much confusion around things that we don't even know what to think. And then you have Trump saying it's not real. And then you have him saying that Obama and Clinton made it up. And there's just so much. And I think he's probably doing that on purpose because he wants to create that confusion around it so that they don't really know what's going on either.
Yeah. That's another theory that's thrown out there, that they're actually using the Streisand effect to build interest into this.
Yeah, because now everybody's calling for it. It's been a trending topic for a week now, and usually things die out after a day or two.
Right. So that's
really great. People are still up in arms about it, talking about it. It's still one of the main trending topics.
That's right. And either way, I trust God's plan.
Yes,
I know
amen.
Whatever is being used here is going to be used to the faithful's highest good. It's where God's always working for our good.
Yeah. And he turns everything bad into good.
Right.
And sometimes it looks crazy and we don't know what is happening. And we're why? This is not making sense. Where is this leading us? And then at the last moment, he turns it around.
All will be revealed, guys.
Yeah.
You know that.
So last week we showed you guys a clip on Alan Dershowitz, and I did find out that that was a recent clip that happened after the memo or whatever came out. So it was an updated recent clip, and now he actually added more to that. So we have another little clip from him to show you.
Is the government hiding a client list or anything that the Trump administration could release tonight?
No, there's no client list. There never has been a client list. A client list suggests that Jeffrey Epstein made a list of people to whom he trafficked women. What there is a redacted FBI affidavit from accusers. There are several of them from accusers that accuse Jeffrey, that accuse various people of having improper sex, and that has been redacted. The names of the people accused have been blacked out. Now, of course, because I was the lawyer and I did all the investigations, I know who all these people are. I could figure out, based on everything that I saw, who Mr. X is, Mr. Y is, and Mr. Z. I can tell you right now, none of them are public figures who are currently in office. Some of them were previously in office. Some of them are dead. But there is no client list. And the redactions could be undone if you go to court. So many of the things that are being suppressed by two judges in Manhattan, and they're doing it largely to protect the alleged accusers who are, in the view of the judges, victims, even though we don't know what their actual status is. But the judges have issued orders, which is why I can't disclose things I'd love to disclose, saying that you can't disclose this information. But Pam Bondi and the Justice Department and Donald Trump are not responsible for that. I don't know of any information that they could disclose that they haven't disclosed. Now, maybe there is some, but I'm simply not aware of it. And so I think it's important to place the blame where the blame deserves to be placed. The vast majority of people who are in the files, and I know them all, I've seen all the names, the vast majority of them have already been disclosed. They're in articles all over the world. They're in books that have been written. So if we got everything, you would be shocked how few names are there that haven't already been disclosed. The media hasn't, by the way, done a good enough job in finding the people who have been disclosed in the public record. So that's that list.
Pretty good.
Did you see his face after that? He was like, oh. He said the media hasn't done a good job.
That's
so
why we're the media now.
Right? Basically, that tells you everything that we've seen in the Netflix documentary, all the, when what's her name from ABC came out talking about, what was it? Amy Robach. That's right.
Yeah. Hot Mike.
Yeah. So all those names, those are the names. And we just now need something to actually be done about it, because we know, like, he's basically saying right there, like, we already know the names, like, they're already out there. So
yeah, Obama had met with him, Bill Gates, obviously Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, former Goldman Sachs lawyers, CIA, Obama's CIA chief. Yeah, a lot of names were on there, and this is being strategically done.
Right.
So let's see.
We might find out a little bit more. We'll see where this goes. But apparently Maxwell is ready to talk to Congress. We don't know exactly, who is behind her wanting to speak out, and if she's going to tell the truth or if she's going to lie. At this point, it would make sense to just give up some information to maybe have a lesser sentence or something like that. But here, Ghislaine Maxwell is reportedly prepared to speak before Congress and tell her story surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. So it might be smart of her to give up some of the names, and we'll see, though, because she is not to be trusted. So who really knows where this is going to go? But that's... it's a developing story here.
Yep, just a little extra piece of information. We're just trying to give you everything that comes across our desk so we can share it with you, because we are the media now.
Right.
You guys, all of us.
Right.
You guys, all of us. So we really thank you guys for tuning in and, supporting us, watching, all your likes, comments, and sharings. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. So another one that Benny posted, well, actually, this is from Charlie Kirk's page, but he reposted Benny. But anyways, he says, just got off the phone with top federal law enforcement contact. The change in approach to Epstein has been dramatic. Expect more disclosures. Some very powerful people inside admin are now pushing for a special counsel and a full press briefing on Epstein findings. Important to note, this drastic change happened after Charlie Kirk and a number of other powerful MAGA voices pushed back on the handling of the Epstein case this weekend at the Turning Point conference. They were met with massive roars and applause from the 7,000 gathered that could not be ignored. In short, our voices are being heard. Power to the people.
Yeah.
And then the next slide, important, I just confirmed that Dan Bongino was in his FBI office at work today and is working on something very important. Mm-hmm. Dan was in a positive mood after further internal movement toward Epstein disclosures and transparency. Trump team is back together and locking in. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so things are moving. That's why it's like, keep pushing, keep talking about it, because really our voices do matter. Sometimes it's easy to think like, oh, our voices don't matter. But when it's like so many of us screaming and demanding the same things, they really do matter.
Right. And it's one thing if this was like, you know, year 4 or, you know, like there's like 6 months left of his presidency and we still got nothing. We're like a week into this, guys. Like, I'm not saying stop asking questions. This is stupid. Let's move on. What we're saying is let it play out. Trump has earned our respect, our trust, and the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
So
and keep pushing for that, because maybe that's part of it too. Maybe he needs us to do that.
Right.
Like, he has his hands tied with some deals or whatever, who knows? And he can't be the one to be, you know, heading the charge of that. But if all of us are demanding it, like, then it kind of forces his hand, you know?
Yeah, keep demanding it, but don't hurt the team. Don't fracture us. Don't turn your back on it. Yeah.
The truth, because that is what we want. That's part of the reason we voted for him, right?
Yeah.
And
keep asking questions, keep doing your thing. Like, don't stop doing that. Keep pushing, keep asking for it. That does make a difference.
Totally. Yeah,
Trump does listen.
Because I know everybody was talking about Dan Bongino, that he might be like out and all of that. So it looks like things are going back, you know, getting back on track. And since he was in a positive mood or whatever, that's great.
I mean, think about it, guys. You think that we're not going to have any bumps? We're not going to have any hiccups? We're not going to have any tough days? It's just going to be win, win, win for here on out. Of course, we're going to have to go through.
I mean, that'd be awesome, but
yeah, of course, that'd be awesome. But come on, we can't honestly think that there isn't going to be another something where we have to go,
right?
Ooh, let's figure this out. Let's get through this, you know. But we're a team, guys. Keep the team together.
Tear us down and stop our movement. There are people that don't want MAGA to succeed, and they want to do everything in their power to make sure it doesn't. So we are fighting the enemy here, and we have to remain strong. We have to remain united.
That's right.
And we have to remember that we're on the same team.
That's right. No weapon formed against us shall prosper.
Amen.
You know, and here's another thing. Don't let the Democrats give you any ounce of crap about this, because they never once demanded the list. They're still not even mad about it, and they're still not going to push for it. They're going to say that just so that they can try to twist us, but they don't actually care. So don't take any crap from them. But, you know, while they're doing this, you know, it's one thing, because a lot of things that the Democrats do say are like, oh, you're supporting this guy who's an offender who, you know, is a child offender, and the administration is a child offender. Then why are they going after these child offense rings? Why is it that we're seeing bust after bust of them going after these people? If they're really trying to protect the elite, you know, child offenders, then why would they be doing stuff like this?
Yeah, and they're going after child offenders, they're going after murderers, they're going after like all these terrible people, and so many of them have been deported and arrested and all of that, and we're really cleaning up our country.
Right.
And so there was a big bust. There was a couple of them. It's hard to keep track with all the ICE raids these days, but a lot of bad guys are being found, which is great. So here's a clip of an MS-13 gang member that was just busted.
Right.
Name Melvin Varela Perez. He's been wanted for 5 murders and is considered a high-ranking member of the gang. But even though he's been on El Salvador's 100 most wanted list since 2016, he crossed the border and was released into the U.S. under the Biden administration.
Perez was arrested alongside an associate named Rene Escobar Ochoa, who had a red notice from Interpol out on him when he came across the border. The Department of Homeland Security reacting in a statement saying, quote, the Biden administration allowed 2 ringleaders of MS-13, one of the most violent gangs in the world, come straight into our country. One of these depraved aliens is on El Salvador's 100 most wanted fugitives list and is wanted for 5 counts of murder. The other has an Interpol notice for drug trafficking. These are the kinds of scumbags sanctuary politicians are protecting and letting walk free on America's streets.
Yeah. Biden administration lost over 300,000 kids.
Right.
This administration has found over 30,000 of them already, located them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Long way to go, but we're making progress.
That's not to be confused with this other ICE raid.
Yeah, another ICE raid, which I'm sure everyone's heard. This has gotten a lot of coverage. The weed farm in California. So it was funny because all these Democrats were all in arms about how there was children being tear gassed at this weed farm. Well, they didn't even say weed farm. They were trying to say that it was like a strawberry farm or something like that. But they didn't ever bother to ask why kids were found there in the first place. Because from my understanding, they gassed the place to get the people out, and just so happened to find kids thereafter. And then we come to find out, well, would you look at that? There was I don't know if I can say that
child
word
offender.
Yeah, child offender that was found in that whole situation.
Oh, what do you know?
And then that was just one. I know there was several others that were also bad guys. I don't know exactly what they did, but
Yeah, and another grapeist.
Yeah, there was a few that were found with those issues.
All with the children
All
working
with the
there.
children there.
And I don't hear Democrats getting outraged about that.
No, they don't.
Sure, they can attack us left and right, but they don't ever have to assume any responsibility for their policies and
Right.
people they put into office.
Right, because these kids were, unaccompanied by their parents. Like, I know a lot of liberals out there like, oh, they weren't unaccompanied. They had people there. It's like, yeah, they're traffickers.
Yeah.
They were accompanied by their traffickers because their parents weren't there.
Right. I mean, isn't it ironic? I mean, isn't this God's plan? They in a weed farm named Glass House. Those in glass houses, right? Shouldn't do what? Throw stones? Yeah. Well,
All right.
let's see where this goes. Meanwhile, like I said, they're busting these child offenders one after another. Perhaps you've heard of Operation Restore Justice, where maybe you haven't, because like you said, the media isn't really doing a great job of telling everybody, which is why we need to be here to tell people. Right. You guys, all of us need to spread the word that what the FBI is doing. They're saying, oh, well, this administration is protecting these people. Well, really, they're cutting off their supply. So why would they do both things? They've already taken out a couple of the top most wanted, as well as at least this is 205 alleged child abuse offenders in
one operation.
In one operation.
5-day crackdown.
So yeah, according to Bongino, and you can grok it, ask Grok, how many they've already busted this year. It's at least 400 now. So this was just one operation. It's at least 400. Some say numbers up to 800.
And that's 400 offenders. So imagine how many kids are saved.
Yeah. Well,
because one offender can offend countless amount of children.
Right. And they're finding and saving hundreds of these kids too as well. So you can grok that yourself and look into it. Some of this stuff we're not exactly able to show on the show. So we'll just, put it into your court to do a little research for yourself.
Right. Shifting gears a little bit to the economy. Like we had mentioned earlier, we actually had a surplus, right?
That's right.
June.
Wins are still happening.
So this is just, it just shows from 2020 till 2025. We had deficit. And we finally just had a surplus. So that's amazing.
Remember, we had a surplus in April. I didn't look in May, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a surplus there too.
Yeah. So seems like Trump economics is working.
Trumponomics.
Trumponomics is working. Where's all this talk about tariffs and eggs and like
right?
All this
we
stuff?
Just got done with this whole tariffs and stuff like that, eggs and gas, and now look where we're at. Come on.
Yeah, I remember like
some slack.
During like his first month or two, like everybody was like, our economy's gonna crash. Like it was just so funny. The egg prices, the gas prices, and now look.
Well, think about it. Yeah, you got to create the stability first before you start shaking things up. And that's what they're doing. They're putting it into priority and then going after the people. Prosecuting people has consequences. Like we talked about on the last show, people on that list, just people in general, can start to mess with the market. They have the power. Yeah. Prince Andrew has the power to really, the Royal Crown has the power to really manipulate markets. And that could cause problems. So they have to be in a position where we're ready to do this without being, vulnerable to a collapse.
Yeah, they can't have leverage over us. We have to be able to stand without them. And we're on our way. So
yeah. So things are going great.
Things are going great. And
win after win after win.
I know. And it's amazing because just a year ago, they were trying to kill him, right? That rally happened where he got shot just a year ago now. And a year later, he's, doing everything he's been doing for our country. And he was just at
Trump celebrating another win.
Another win. The Club World Cup. Yep. Where this is an actually really funny clip.
I'm not
He's like this way. He's like, nope. He's in every picture.
Look at the guy in the trying to get him out. He pushes him back. Trump loves celebrating wins. What can you say?
Wow, look at that. Can you believe that was like exactly a year after he had got shot? This is where he's at.
Celebrating some wins for sure.
Well, I think that's about all we have for you today. If you like today's episode, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things. Thank you so much for watching. And remember that we're all here for a reason, and it is up to us to create a better, more truthful world together. So always seek the truth and always speak the truth, even if your voice shakes.
That's right. And remember to stay powered up in the armor of God, because it's only through him, Jesus Christ, that we can do all things.
Amen. All right. See you guys next time.
Love you guys.